There's a strange paradox happening in America in 2025. It's the richest country in the world where people talk about AI and space travel. But at the same time, hundreds of thousands of citizens sleep in their cars every night. Not because they love van life or freedom, but because they have nowhere else to go. A federal report says homelessness has increased by 18% in just 1 year. And most of that increase came from people who still have jobs and still pay taxes. They are working hard but can't afford a home anymore. Rent is rising fast while wages are not. Some cities now even fine people for sleeping outdoors. So people move quietly into parking lots, hiding between car lights at night. The real question is not how many live in cars, but why a rich nation allows it. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles now costs about $2,800 per month. In New York, it's more than $4,000, almost the same as a used Ford Focus. Meanwhile, salaries went up by less than 4%. That means housing prices are growing 5 times faster than wages. A study found that every $100 increase in rent raises homelessness by 9%. Now, people who once paid taxes and owned homes are sleeping inside their cars. The car used to be a symbol of freedom, now it's a symbol of survival. People say they don't work to buy a car anymore, they have a car to go to work. The steering wheel that once turned right now helps them escape rent. When housing becomes a race that wages can't win, stability disappears. Middle-aged workers who were once secure now live day by day inside their cars. They still go to work and still keep their dignity. But at the end of the month, they must choose pay rent or pay for gas. A man in the Bay Area said he once lived with 2 roommates. When rent went up by $300, he left and moved into his old van. He said, "At least the landlord can't kick me out of a parking lot. This isn't just about a few unlucky people. It's a sign of an economy that's out of balance." The American dream has become small enough to fit in a car trunk. In today's America, anyone with a garage is rich. And those living in vehicles are taking a shortcut to real estate. So the question isn't why they live in cars. It's why a nation full of empty houses forces people to sleep in vehicles. If you had to choose between renting a home or living in your car, what would you do? Behind them, there's another silent group growing every day: the invisible homeless. In the US, not all homeless people live on the streets. Many still have a roof, a metal one, with 4 wheels and a steering wheel. A report says over 256,000 Americans now sleep in cars, warehouses, or roadsides. And that number keeps rising fast. In Los Angeles, most unsheltered homeless people now live in cars, not tents. Parking lots, parks, and Walmart spaces have become temporary hotels. Why do they choose cars over shelters? Because shelters are crowded, noisy, unsafe, and have no privacy. In a car, at least they can hold on to a little dignity. No one sees them, no one judges them. They can still shave, make coffee, and listen to the news like normal people. But because of that, they stay invisible to the system. Governments only count people on streets or in shelters. So car dwellers don't even show up in reports. They are not homeless enough to get help, yet not stable enough to live freely. A gray area of human dignity is growing every day. Imagine being 58 and retired with a paid-off SUV. Then hospital bills and medicine costs double overnight. You sell your small apartment to rent something cheaper. But rent now costs nearly your entire retirement income. So you park behind a city library and sleep there quietly. Every morning, you brush your teeth with bottled water. You adjust your mirror to see your face. By day, no one knows you're homeless. At night, rain on the roof reminds you this is your home now. A couple in Seattle said they sold their house and now sleep in their SUV. They said, "At least we're still together," with doors closed and a roof overhead. Garages have become secret bedrooms inside rich cities. Society calls them unsheltered, but they found the only shelter left. A car is both legal and unwanted, a home that no one wants to admit exists. Every night, more cars turn into tiny homes in parking lots and parks. We're watching a new class of Americans disappear from view. They live beside us, but we don't even notice them. Are they escaping poverty, or just escaping society's eyes? And there's another irony too. Policies meant to clean the streets are pushing more people into cars. In June 2024, the Supreme Court said cities can fine people for sleeping outdoors. Camps were cleared and parks reopened. The media called it a victory for public order. But it only pushed thousands from tents into their vehicles. Now Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Portland have car cities instead of tent cities. Since outdoor camping was banned, more people sleep inside their cars. San Francisco reports a 37% increase in RV homes from 2022 to 2024. If you drive past a Costco parking lot at night, you'll see a silent line of cars. Inside them, people are holding their breath, trying to survive. Instead of asking, "Why are they homeless?" the system only asks, "How can we hide them?" The streets look clean, but people's hearts are broken. A woman in San Diego said police told her to leave her tent. She moved into her car, but now gets tickets for staying too long. She said, "You can't lie down. You can't stop. You can't stay." It's a perfect cycle: no home, no space, no rest. People have learned how to survive in silence. They park where Wi-Fi is free, move every few hours, and never turn on lights. Google Maps and Walmart have become tools for staying alive. It's bitter but true. In today's America, if you're poor and sleeping outside, you get fined. If you are poor but have a car, they call you a vehicle-dwelling homeless person. Sounds strange, right? Almost like something to be proud of. But this is the scary part. When the law starts deciding where poor people are allowed to exist, it means living in a car is no longer an exception, it's becoming a hidden rule. Behind those parked cars, a new group of Americans is quietly forming. Have you ever thought about homeless people owning cars? It sounds impossible, like rich poverty. But in 2025, that's the new reality in America. These people are not poor enough to get help, but not rich enough to afford rent. They are called the middle homeless. No tents. No shelters. No signs asking for money. They have jobs, phones, and sometimes health insurance. But when night comes, their bed is the backseat of an SUV. A study in Los Angeles found that car dwellers are very different from shelter dwellers. They're not addicted, not unemployed, and they don't want trouble. They just ran out of choices. Half of them have full-time jobs. 1/3 are over 50 years old. Many used to own homes before rent, medicine, or a single hospital bill ruined them. Their cars were once tools for travel, but now they're their last protection. No one helped them, but at least they helped themselves for now. I once met a 55-year-old man in San Jose. He was a technician for a small company that went bankrupt. He said, "I'm not selling my old Toyota because now it's my home." Every night, he parked quietly in an empty industrial lot after 7 p.m. every morning. He washed his face at a gas station, bought a $1 coffee from 7-Eleven, and worked at a construction site for the day. He told me, "At least I still have my own luck. A shelter doesn't." It sounds sad, but you understand what he means. That's his last bit of dignity. And here's the painful truth. Because they live in vehicles, the government doesn't count them as homeless emergencies. They get no support, no record, and no help. They exist quietly inside the system like a tiny bug in a large program. It still runs, so no one fixes it. But once the car breaks down or runs out of gas, they officially fall into homelessness. People call it home sweet home. But for many Americans, it's now home sweet parking lot. They are not lazy or hopeless. They're proof that one rent hike or one medical bill can destroy a person's entire life stability. So the question is, are we really helping them? Or are we just waiting until they lose everything before we care? Because if once stable people are living in cars, this is no longer a story, it's a crisis knocking on every garage door. That's the story of 2025. The breaking point of the American dream. Do you feel it? The air in 2025 feels strange. It's not about gas prices or elections. It's about something deeper, America quietly slipping into a crisis where cars carry both people in their sleep. A federal report says more than 771,000 Americans were homeless in one single night of 2024. That's an 18% rise in just 1 year, the highest since the government began counting. At first, it sounds like numbers. But if you've seen long rows of cars parked overnight at Walmart, you know these are not travelers. They're citizens with nowhere else to go. Why 2025? Because all the problems have combined. Rents keep rising. Salaries barely grow. The law bans outdoor sleeping, pushing people into vehicles. The middle class, once stable, is now falling apart. And government housing programs are too slow to help. It's a perfect storm: high costs, tight rules, and low confidence. The car became a temporary home for a generation that wasn't poor, just trapped. A 60-year-old man in Oregon said, "I used to think homeless people were drug addicts or jobless. Then I sold my house to pay medical debts. Now I sleep in my Ford Ranger but still wear a shirt to work." He said, "Don't pity me. It's just that normal life has become more expensive than dreams." One night, he parked under a gas station light and listened to the radio talk about strong economic growth. He smiled quietly and said, "Maybe the economy is strong, just not for me. The real danger isn't 771,000 people. It's that everyone is getting used to it." When media calls it a trend, when the government says, "At least they're not on the streets," when we stop feeling shocked, that's when the American dream starts to die. Someone wrote online, "The land of the free? More like the land of mobile homes on wheels." This isn't just a few sad stories anymore. It's a system breaking apart where safety has become a luxury and cars are the last hope. The country that once promised everyone a fresh start is now forcing people to restart from the trunks of their cars. And it's not just a West Coast issue. It's everywhere, affecting everyone. When homes become luxuries and cars become houses, no one is truly safe. Now imagine this. It's 2030. You drive to work, turn into your parking lot, and see a new sign that says, "Residential parking for vehicle homes." Sounds crazy? Maybe not for long. If rent keeps climbing and wages stay low, living in a car won't be temporary anymore. It might become a lifestyle, maybe even legalized. We could see official car communities, where people park, pay fees, and get postal addresses. It will look modern, but it will only hide a broken system. When your car becomes your home, you lose basic things: a legal address, insurance, and job security. Without an address, you can't get a stable job. Without insurance, you can't access healthcare. If your car breaks down, you lose your roof. An elderly woman in Berkeley said, "I had a legal parking permit, but when the storm came, they told me to leave." She watched rain fall through her windshield and said, "Here, even those with a home don't really have shelter. People call it flexible welfare. It sounds modern, but it's really just survival. Soon, we may see full car communities, RV villages with their own rules and cultures. A second America forming right inside the first one. One day, our grandchildren might ask, why did people live in cars? And we'll have to say, they didn't choose it, it was chosen for them. While property prices rise, wheel homes are reshaping America's future. Parking lots are turning into neighborhoods. And as cars replace houses, our meaning of stability starts to fade. Because if you can live anywhere, is there still a place that feels like home? This isn't just about homelessness. It's a mirror showing where we're all headed. A future where the line between freedom and survival is as thin as a car's windshield. The real crisis of 2025 isn't just people sleeping in cars. It's that we've begun to accept it as normal. When the sound of car air conditioning replaces home ceiling fans, the American dream has officially shrunk small enough to fit behind a steering wheel. Maybe you've never slept in a car. But if you pay rent, buy gas, or raise a family today, you're already in the same struggle. The only difference is you still have the house key. They only have the car key. So ask yourself, if things keep going this way, will America become a nation of homes or a nation of cars that never stop moving? Now tell me, is living in a car a free choice, or proof that society is falling apart?